stationed here, hired by the CIA on this mission. And we flew to Eglin, and from Eglin we flew to Nicaragua. I did.
For me, it started here on the base. We were called up to the General Doster's office and asked if we wanted to participate. And I think there was a group of about 12 or 15 of us then. We were not the first people down there.
A lot of the people involved in the Bay of Pigs were guard personnel as well, but they were not in the Bay of Pigs as a guardsman. They were individuals. The 106 was one of the last units in the military to use the B-26. And as such, we were a reservoir of highly qualified people needed to train the Cubans how to maintain the airplane and how to fly it. So the CIA got permission from the Guard Bureau and the governor of Alabama to recruit people who were members of the Guard.
I flew down on a C-54. Windows are all blacked out and everything, and we flew real low till we got way out over the Gulf. And then we went on and landed in Nicaragua. Our job there was to keep the airplanes going, keep them flying. We had to fly them practically every 2 or 3 days, keep them up, and keep them airworthy. And we did. I'll never forget, Riley Schamberger come by our tent one day and just claimed that, boys, this can't fail. There's no way this is gonna fail. And that's about the last thing I remember hearing from him.
And Trinidad was a hotbed of anti-Castro activity. The plan was, if the invasion went sour, the invading troops could disappear into the hills and join those guerrillas.
The biggest problem with the whole operation was it was never supposed to have been at the Bay of Pigs.
Invasion forces had been trained in the mountains of Guatemala, and we dump them out in a swamp.
It was disheartening when they pulled the air power off our cover, and that's what I believe lost everything.
We're basically on the end of the runway, ready to launch, to come out and told us we ain't gonna fly but half of them.
Much to our surprise, those 8 practically destroyed everything Castro had. Castro had 6 or 7 tactical airplanes left. The White House decided that we created such an uproar in the UN that he canceled the second 8 airplanes. So we had only 8 airplanes to destroy Castro's Air Force, whereas we had originally planned to have 32. The few airplanes Castro had left were enough to sink 2 of the invasion craft. One had the ammunition supply, and the other one had the communications and the medical supplies. The invasion was doomed from the beginning. After 3 days, the Cuban pilots were just physically and emotionally destroyed. Riley Schamberger and I agreed to fly a mission. We had 4 airplanes going into Cuba. 2 were lost.
They got over the island and started their strafing and bombing runs, and the T-33 showed up. They were armed as fighters.
They were met at the beach, and they just got wiped out. That'll always stay with me. That's when I lost my friends.